Welcome, welcome to a late night meditation. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're here. Waiting for the reset on the live. Oh, doesn't look like it's going to do it. Oh, no. All right, there it goes. There's like a 10-second delay. Okay. Welcome, welcome again, just in case it cuts that off. Today I wanted to do something completely different. I wanted to do some odes to things I am grateful for. So I thought we could do that in a meditative style. Today's is going to be about art. Now, this is a very ambiguous term. So, my definitions of art may be completely different from yours. So, I want you to substitute whatever it is that you think of as art, since it's very subjective and again, very ambiguous. So, the flow of this is going to be that we're going to start with the ones we dislike, we're going to move into the ones that confuse us, and then we're going to go into the ones that we love to bring it all home with that. So, the point of this is to go from the judgment of dislike, right, to move into curiosity and awe within each area. So it's not necessarily that we're just going to be defining dislike with the dislike. I want you to find some curiosity, some awe within the ones that you dislike as well. So we'll take a couple minutes to just take a few deep breaths. We'll go ahead and clear out the space, set the intention. Feel free to tune in normally or with a more traditional approach if you'd like to. Today, I just want to kind of inhale, expand the area out. I'm just going to do it with 3 inhales, 3 exhales. Go ahead and close your eyes. Inhale, exhale. Just setting the space for some reflection time, some laughter. Inhale, exhale. Taking a moment to give us space to be curious, to look at things we like, don't like, we're confused by. Do it from a meditative lens. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Okay, perfect. So feel free to drop in comments of your dislikes, your confusions, and your loves. So my dislike largely is, well, there's a couple. One of them is, and feel free to have your eyes closed throughout this. I want you to feel inside your body. I want you to notice the different thoughts that kind of occur as we go through this, because it is meant to be a meditative practice. We're just bringing it to the art of art, right? So, the biggest one that brought this up is AI slop. It's everywhere. It feels like it's sanitizing the humanness of humanity, and I don't like it. The awe part of it is some of the images are breathtaking and they are beautiful in a very sanitized way. This is in no way a promotion. It's merely to point out that I do have the ability to find awe and curiosity within what I dislike. The other one, which is much more personal, is I don't know how many people remember this or have ever read it, but it was a book series, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. The artwork in those books I absolutely hated. They were terrifying. The awe and the beauty for me were the stories that were associated. So the stories I feel like would not have been as resonant without the horrific images. And I also value the artistic flair that was rendered. Like it was really well done. It conveyed the message perfectly. So I do respect the artist and I do respect the art. I just don't like it. It's very simple. My intestines kind of clench when I think about some of the images. They were pretty terrifying. But there's also like a lightness to my heart when I think about the stories. Yes, they were terrifying. It's not like these were uplifting stories, obviously, but just the connection between the two, um, the what is the word I'm searching for? Symbiosis? No. I mean, I guess it's sort of a symbiotic relationship, but not really the word I'm looking for. Anyway, just the two are better together. So just reflect on your dislikes and see if there's something within it that you can find that you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this actually, without this part, it's lessened a little bit, or it wouldn't be as solid without this aspect, that type of thing. It's really to allow the multifaceted part of art to really resonate in totality. It's, so we can fully appreciate the human art as we're inundated with all of this AI slop that is frustrating and a little demoralizing. Now, I'm not an artist in like, I have no ability to draw. I am trying to build up a Mendy practice using henna. Kind of hard if you can't draw. So there's a bit of a conundrum there. So, I mean, I'm not an artist in that regard, so mine was always more like poetry and that type of thing, but I still value the art even if I can't do it. Um, Another thing I find artistic are skateboarders. Something I really dislike are the sounds. I absolutely hated the sounds at the skate parks when you're up close and they're, grinding. Ugh, it used to grate on me, but the tricks were amazing. So I think that's artistic. It looks artistic when they're moving about. And then just to gently move into that next area is I want you to now think about some art that confuses you. For me, it's art that's like a yellow dot and that's it, or it's a square and that's it. I don't I don't understand. Who is that for? Why does that exist? And maybe that's the point, right? Is it's the simplicity is itself. It's supposed to make you stop and go, why? What is the point of this? Or maybe the artist was like, I just like shapes. Okay, don't judge me. It's fine. I'm thinking of a series, Grace and Frankie, where one of Frankie's um, not pictures, paintings was it was just a yellow circle. And I remember thinking, why? What is the point of that? Something else that this kind of ties into love is there's an artist that does wood carving with chainsaws. So this one's multifaceted. This one I feel kind of ties all of them together. I don't like chainsaws. I don't. It just seems largely problematic. There are so many things that could go wrong with chainsaws. And then it's confusing that it's that big of an object that you're going to use a chainsaw to bring this amazing piece of art into shape. And just how do you do that? Like, do they see it in their head and do they have to draw it out? It's very confusing and I absolutely love the end result. So this is kind of what I wanted to bring to the overall meditative practice about art today, is just the appreciation of the totality of it. Even if it's something that you ultimately overall dislike, the point is to see beyond that, see something that you find inspiring, or you look at it and go, okay, yeah, I can appreciate this, or you can see all the different layers that go into it, like, with my wood carving where it's massive and they're using a chainsaw. So, and then with that little bit of laughter, because I just kind of wanted this to be a shorter meditation, I want you to bring to mind the art that you love. For me, it's the Adriano Zumbo. I don't know if you guys ever saw that series about his little intricate pastry arts that he would make. They're like these little teeny things, and it was just amazing that he, first of all, could create it that small with pastries of all things, and that it worked. It was very cool. And then graffiti art is one of my favorite things. I absolutely love graffiti art. And then something about graffiti art, sometimes it is misplaced. Like I feel like it could have been better placed somewhere else, or it's, um, I don't know, maybe it's not colorful enough. I disagree with the color, the color scheme chosen. And then the Zumbo's pastries, it can be wasteful. Ultimately, who's it for? And this isn't to diminish what we love. It's just, again, it's to give it that full faucet, or it's to give it that full view, right? And so that we're not fully attaching to any one thing. We're appreciating it in totality, regardless of where we're coming at it from, right? We can acknowledge that there's nuance within it. We can acknowledge that there's different layers. This brings different experiences as you think about it differently, right? Or you approach it more from a curiosity standpoint, like the yellow dot. it's, I just wanted to bring a more meditative practice to looking at the art in totality, especially with the glaring monstrosities of AI slop. It really just made me think of how vital art is to humanity, and just I thought it was a beautiful meditative practice to just sit and look at, the myriad ways that we as humans have created these amazing things, whether we like it, we're indifferent, we're confused, we love it, we're all at once with different aspects of it, maybe theater, for example, right? That can bring up all of these things at once. Dancing, depending on the dance. Um, there's, I mean, God, you could say language is an art in and of itself, especially written out. It's some languages, when they're written out, are just, to me, they're beautiful. Um, Languages spoken are, can be seen as their own art form, and the way that they sound. So I just wanted us to take a moment to reflect on the art that we humans make, and to take a meditative approach with, the curious mind, an awe-inspired mind, also a critical mind, thinking about, okay, well, I do love this. Are there ways that it could be applied inappropriately, or, there's confusion with it, or there are aspects of it I don't like, right? Because it's nuanced and it isn't black or white. I wanted to bring the color back into our art. So wanted to reclaim it from the AI slop. So this was my way of doing that. All right. So like I said, I just wanted this to be a quick little moment with the art that you have in your life, your everyday life, art that you see as you walk through your communities, that you know, that you spend your life around or with, maybe you create, maybe you just connect to it in your day-to-day life without being the creator of it. So I just wanted to take a moment to offer some gratitude in a meditative form by looking at the dislike, the confusion, and the love, because I think that's a way of honoring it. So go ahead and close your eyes. Bring your palms together, bring them up to your third eye. We'll say Satnam, just to close the space that we created for this quick little meditation. I hope you found this helpful, or at least enjoyable. I hope you got a couple of laughs out of it, if nothing else, my inability to speak this evening. And then let me know your thoughts about art. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.